Hello everybody, welcome back to the Footballing View, and this is your match preview for the Manchester United vs Hull City game. And I mean, look, who else is excited? The Premier League is finally starting up again. The World Cup was great. The off-season's been good. Big things have happened in the transfer window. United have signed Santos, Baleba, Tillmans, Tynan Thompson, Caldalo, a backup goalkeeper. And look, I think it's going to be interesting to see the way Carrick plays. I think that something that is a big talking point now is the style of play of Manchester United, because one thing that you almost couldn't criticize Carrick on was the style of play, because he was an interim, and an interim's job is literally just to win games. But I think now style of play is very relevant with Manchester United. And I mean, we're just gonna get straight into my tactical analysis, so cut to that now.
And there we go, I'm at my tactics board. Let me know if you prefer a physical tactics board or you like this digital one. But anyway, let's just get into the analysis. So obviously I do think Hull will sit in this compact 4-4-2 low block kind of style. I do think that maybe they'll set up in a 4-5-1 like this. But I just think a 4-4-2 is more natural and it's more predictable. Not necessarily in a bad way. It's just that, 4-4-2 has almost become quite a standard for non-pressing teams to defend in. But anyway, how do Manchester United actually break this low block down is the puzzle I'm going to try and solve. So I talked about this in my tactical analysis of how Dogu is going to actually fit into the squad, and as you can see, I have Dogu at left back instead of Luke Shaw. Now I do think Luke Shaw is probably going to start at left back over Dogu. However, this is how I would like to see Carrick set up. So I talked about this in my analysis. Like I just said, I actually want Haven, Maguire, Mazraoui to form a back three. I want Cunha to come more in this half space central area where I think he's a lot better fitted to. I don't think Cunha is a winger who's gonna hold the width. I think he's more fitted to these central areas where like more for number 10 would play. And I want Dogu down there hugging the touchline as a left winger like that. Then Bruno's obviously be the 10. Ahmed will hold the width on the right hand side. Then regards to Santos and Tillmans, I think Tillmans will be more in these spaces, kind of. Maybe occasionally we'll see Cunha drop in, maybe we'll see Bruno drop into this space, but I think Santos is going to be the main playmaker, kind of like this. Haven, Maguire, Mazraoui will be the back three. And yeah, this is pretty much how I think United will line up. It's a front four bay here. It's a bit lopsided in a way. I think there's an overload on the left hand side, definitely, but you know what, that's natural when you form a back three with a fullback. So I mean, look, Santos has the ball, Bruno, Cunha, Dogu, Tillmans, Mazraoui, Ahmed, and I mean, one thing, and that's a big factor in this game, which I think not enough people are mentioning, is the fact that Sesko is not available for this game. Well, actually, according to FODMOB, it's doubtful that he'll play. But I just think that to break down a low block, a number 9, 6'5" Erling Haaland type of striker is so crucial to breaking down a low block, because it pins these two centre backs. Like if one centre back is forced here, Cunha can maybe get a bit of space here, like it pins the centre backs, it creates more space for teammates to run into, it allows more time on the ball for certain teammates. And I just think that a striker like Mbeumo, who likes space to run into, isn't gonna have a lot of joy running down the line. And look, Carrick seems to love Mbeumo, a striker, and to be fair, he does score goals. I just think that scoring goals is the most important thing in football, but I think also that you have to look at other factors. Like Mbeumo, I don't think he's gonna hold up the ball well. I don't think his physicality is that good enough to be like a striker like Sesko. I don't think he's tall enough to win a header the way Sesko does. So I definitely do think, like, for example, if Ahmed has the ball here, if that's Sesko, a striker, he can make a run, cross, Sesko will most likely get onto it. His height, his physicality, I would put my odds on Sesko getting to it. Mbuemo isn't the same. He's a bit shorter. Again, like, he's a bit shorter, he's not that type of striker basically. One thing also that I think that maybe Carrick should try is Cunha striker. So essentially I'm moving the midfielder for Hull. Maybe Ahmad at left wing. Genuinely, like, you're gonna be confused why I'm not putting Rashford in the squad, but I just don't know. I just think Dogu and Cunha, Ahmad, I just would put them all over Rashford right now. Not in terms of ability, I think Rashford is better on his day than a few of these players, but I just think that in the context of Man United and the way he came back, I just think he needs a few performances off the bench, working hard, scoring a goal or an assist here and there, and then we'll decide maybe after 5-7 games where he sits at in the squad. But yeah, that's pretty much why I think Rashford shouldn't start. So I mean, look, we have Ahmad, Cunha there, and Cunha striker. So maybe Bruno drops into a space like this. And what's Bruno, when he drops into a space like this, it leaves this space here open, so Cunha can drop in as a false 9. And I mean, look, Hull aren't gonna be this deep, are they? They're gonna be a bit higher up the pitch, so let me move them a bit higher. So yeah, as we can see, Cunha is at the 3 centre backs. We have Dogu holding the width. So let's say Santos has the ball here. So Cunha dropping in will either essentially drag the centre back, open the space for Ahmad, right? Or the centre back doesn't follow him, Santos, Cunha turns, and all of a sudden Ahmad's there, Dogu's down, Ahmad's down, Mbuemo's probably gonna be more on the inside, all attacking the box. Tillmans will move into the space right here to provide a passing option. Bruno will move here, and these four will be this, circulating, always a passing option available. Haven will have this outlet to Dogu, Mazraoui will have this outlet to Mbuemo. And look, I think the wide areas are really important, especially with breaking down low blocks, because that's what a low block does. It forces a team out wide. And yeah, I think that Cunha for me is a better striker, or I'd rather play him at striker over Mbuemo. But I don't know, Carrick just seems to love playing Mbuemo at striker. I don't think it's gonna work this game though, I'm afraid. But yeah, that's pretty much my tactical analysis. I didn't do much on Hull because I don't know much about him. But in regards to how I think United will set up, it'll probably be, maybe he'll play Dalot. I think maybe the fullbacks might change. Both the fullbacks will probably change. He might put Dalot over Mazraoui, and I definitely do think he's going to play Shaw over Dogu. But yeah, I don't know, maybe he'll change it. I don't know, but I just think that in terms of breaking down a low block, that's how I would look to do it. Play Cunha striker, form a back 3, Dogu at left wing. It'll be interesting to see how Carrick does it, because one thing that Mbuemo benefited from was when we played teams like City. Let's pretend the blue team is City now. They're pressing high up the pitch and whatnot, in their, I don't know, pressing shape. Like, look at how much space there is. Obviously this is a 4-2-4, it's not very accurate, but there's space for Mbuemo to run into. Let's say Bruno has the ball here, Mbuemo gets this run, that's the ball there. Mbuemo makes this run, Bruno plays the ball there. There's a lot of space to run into. But when it's compact like this, when it's very extremely compact, and look, it won't be this compact in the actual game, but I mean, when it's so compact, like, where does he actually go? Where is he going? Like, he doesn't have much space to run into, and that's where a 6'5" striker like Sesko would come in. But anyway, cut back to me now. That's probably my only analysis of the Hull game. Let me know what you think in the comments, but this isn't the end of the video, so yeah.
And there you have it. That's pretty much my deep dive into the game. I will also say no Mainu. I think that Tillmans and Santos have to probably be the midfield pair. I just think that with Tillmans being 29, we have to squeeze the most we can and get the most we can out of someone like that. Whereas Mainu, I think, can sit on the bench for a bit, come off the bench and have game time. I'm not saying Carrick not to play Mainu. I'm just saying manage his minutes. Mainu doesn't have to play every game and every minute, you know. And I just think with Santos and Tillmans being new signings that I just think that Mainu doesn't have to start every game, and I think that Tillmans has to probably should start over him. But anyway, that's it for the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know how you would look at the game in the comments. And as always, like, subscribe, and have a good day.